So I am Lester Bialog. I am from BSECE, second year, and my report in this video is about Roman. So to begin with, Romans have known to subjugate or to be under the influence of Greek forms of art. So the Romans inherited most of the Greek forms and methods because they valued the Greek civilization. This means that because of their like paying importance towards the Greek civilization, the Greek forms of art were highly appreciated and given significance and importance on the Romans' perspective. That's why, on their form of art, they have copied and imitate most of the art forms of the Greeks. And though we have seen that Romans are somehow an imitation of the Greek forms of art, we can still see that they were more practical and realistic than the Greeks. This is because this is because the Romans have their art centered on their depictions of their work of art in terms of nature and their environment. So their depictions of their works of art were more natural and lifelike, and they depicted their surroundings in their paintings. So apart from that, we can see that Romans are more inclined towards naturalism and realism, unlike the Greeks. And the theme of the paintings or the arts of the Romans were frequently still life, landscapes, and architectural features. So here are the key features of the Roman art. So Roman developed mosaic and mural painting techniques and placed a strong emphasis on narrative themes derived from literature and mythology, as well as natural elements like landscapes. And they are centered towards naturalism and realism, imitation of Greek sculpture and paintings, domestic topics on mosaic and paintings, themes of power and might, a- and advanced engineering and grand architecture. So, Romans' key takeaways is that it is occupied of art based from naturalism and realism, which means that their art is a depiction or an implication of nature and their environment. So here we can see some examples of the Roman art forms. The first one is the Capitoline Brutus, which is from 3rd to 4th BC. So the Capitoline Brutus is a 69 centimeter tall ancient Roman bronze bust that is currently housed in the Hall of Triumphs of the Capitoline Museum in Rome. And it is generally believed to represent the Roman consul Lucius Junius Brutus. So it is said that since Capitoline Brutus is the founder of the Roman Republic and possibly the ancestor to the Brutus who assassinated Caesar, they have created a sort of symbol and an icon to represent Roman art and history. So next one is the Patrician, which is from first century BC, and it is the face of the historical Roman aristocrat that has been staring at us throughout history. So it appeared to be wrinkled, toothless, and with saggy jaws. The next is the orator. So here we can see that it is like a hollow cast bronze statue. And it is, in other terms, it is known to be as El Aringator, or in other words, the orator. And it was recovered from Lake Trasimeno in 1566. So it's just in 15th century. It's not that long ago. So it is based on the inscription which is found on the statue. That's why they have identified it to be Aulus Metellus, or the figure of Aulus Metellus, or in other words such as in Etruscan it is called Ole Metelle. So the Romans preferred to create these pastel portraits in sculpture, just as what we have saw earlier. So the sculpted figures were used to honor the rulers or the authority of the Roman Empire, not just on the present but also in the historical aspects of their civilization. So it is usually represented in a form of large equestrian statues, and these are considered to be another form of popular emblem or symbols of dynamism in authority and power, because they are a fund of creating structures or sculpture arts based on their previous authorities to honor them in leading the Roman civilization before. So here we will talk about Roman architecture. So let's see how these are different from the Greeks or how this is unique. So Romans use concrete to reinforce their buildings. So I think that is general. And their invention of the vaulting system of construction is of special significance. This is because vaulting system is a unique form of construction not found in other form of architecture. It is first found on the Roman architecture, or it first emerged on the Roman civilization. I don't know when is the time for that, but yeah, it is from the Roman civilization. And the rounded arc, vault, and the dome were used in their buildings primarily because of the large space it spans than the post and lintel systems of the Greek. So this is one of the things that made the Roman architecture distinct from the Greek architecture, because they are using rounded vault or rounded edges to create more space on their buildings. So one of the example architecture of Roman is the Colosseum. So this is a well-known structure to represent the Roman histories on how they provide entertainment to the public. So Emperor Vespasian. So he is the one who started the construction of the Colosseum, and he did additional alterations under the Domitian rule, which is 81 to 96. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.